Welcome. In this segment, we're going to talk about how to navigate the SUNY ESF eJournals and databases. Over the summer of 2014, the SUNY ESF libraries slightly revised the way that our eJournals and databases search interfaces work. So we're going to take a moment to look at what the screens look like and how you can comfortably search them. Remember, to search our eJournals or our databases, visit the Moon Library homepage, www.esf.edu/moonlib. So once you're on our home page and you use the option to search our databases, this is the initial screen that you're going to see. And you're going to see that there's a lot of ways that you can gain access to our databases. And we're going to talk about that so you're comfortable with how to navigate this page. So one of the first things that you could do is you could just browse our databases alphabetically. Again, if you have a database in mind, this is perfect, or if you've stopped by the reference desk and someone has suggested to you an appropriate database, that's the way that you would want to go. We also have an option on the page where we list out suggested starting points. So if you're unsure of where to start, you can look at that sidebar and look at the suggested databases. It's important whenever you're going into a database to read the description so that you know what the content is of that database, to make sure that it's appropriate for your research topic. And remember, if you have any questions along the way, you can ask for help. And I'm going to show you some different ways that you can ask for help from our databases website. Let's take a look again at that screen. So one of the ways that you could search for databases is to browse them alphabetically. So by clicking on the alphabetical bar up at the top, I can choose the different databases. Again, I'm looking at the names of the databases and I'm looking at the descriptions. If I'm unsure of what to search, then I can ask for help. And you'll notice that over on the sidebar, we have suggested databases that the librarians here at Moon Library have come up with as best starting points for research. And we also have ways that you can help us. So again, from that initial page, we'll go back. You can browse alphabetically, looking at the names and the descriptions. You can go to one of the databases that we're suggesting as starting points, or you could take a moment and you can contact us. Again, we have a number of ways that you can contact the librarians at Moon Library. Let's talk about some search tips. When you do find a database that looks appropriate, you need to try a variety of keywords. You need to use basic searches and advanced searches, and it's really important that you put some search limits on. For example, if you're just looking for full text or peer-reviewed or certain publication dates, those are limits that are going to be within your database. Remember, you need to resort your results. The databases sort them by how they feel the results are relevant, but you can resort them in different ways in each database. And, very important, when you find appropriate citations in eJournals, remember to capture and save those citations that you found. Let's talk a little bit more about finding full text in the databases. Here's a screen capture of full text in a database. So I've done a search in a database for emerald ash borer. So when I do a search and the database does not have full text, for example, this one, it has some full text. It's giving my citations, abstracts, and full text. And that's very common for the databases. If you really need full text immediately, look for that limit option on the sidebar of the databases. There's usually an option to search full text or peer-reviewed at the same time. I want to point out here, if the database does not have full text, all of our databases talk to each other. So if you're not finding the full text, look for the link that says, check ESF for full text. And that database will talk to all the other databases to see if we subscribe to the eJournal you're looking for. Let's take a look at what that screen looks like. Again, if you're looking for full text and you're not finding it, look for the link that says check ESF for full text, and this is what you're going to see. If we have the journal in another database, it's going to give you the link and the name of the database it's in, so I can go right to it. Again, if you're in a database and you're not finding the full text, don't let that be a stopping point for you. Look to see if there's a link to find the full text in another database that we subscribe to. Also to note, if for some reason it comes up that we do not have the full text, there's other ways that you can search for it. We have links to search our library catalog, and we have a link to submit an interlibrary loan request so we can get the article for you from another library. Let's talk about another way that you can explore the databases. So the first way we just talked about is just going in alphabetically, or if someone gives you the name of a database, going straight to that database. But there's another neat way that you can search the databases. You can find eJournals on your topic via our eJournal search interface. And the best way that I've found to do this is to do a title contained search and put in 1 or 2 keywords. And this will bring you back a list of items that we have that have those keywords in them. So they could be books or journals. So if I'm just looking for journals, I'm going to want to limit to just journals. And here's a nice screen capture to show you that. I can do title contains, put in a keyword or 2, and limit to just journals. And this will give me back a list of journals that have my keywords, journals that we subscribe to, and it will show me the databases that they're in. So by putting in a keyword or 2 up at the top, it's opened up a wealth of information for me from that one search. So to summarize, remember that our databases contain a wide variety of journals. To find your eJournals, you can browse the databases, or you could go right in and search the eJournals by keyword. That'll get your foot in the door to find the appropriate databases. Remember that databases have a combination of things: citations, abstracts, and sometimes full text. If your database doesn't have full text, look for that link that says to check for full text, because our databases do talk to each other. If for some reason you're not finding the full text, not to worry. We have the Interlibrary Loan service where we can provide the article for you. And remember, if you're off campus, you'll need to enter in your username and your password. I hope this information is going to help you get started with navigating our eJournals and databases page. I wish you the best of luck on your research, and we'll see you next time.